Congratulations to David Benavidez for the TKO win over David Lemieux, where David Benavidez dominated and knocked out Lemieux in a fashion that no one have done before, where he beat down Lemieux, earning the name the Mexican Monster that he was given by the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson. This man is a punching machine. He's by far one of the most exciting fighters in boxing today. Now, even though David Lemieux is a knockout artist and a former world champion, leading up to the fight, not too many people gave him a chance to beat David Benavidez because everyone knows how good Benavidez is. He's just simply on another level. But what was really impressive is that Benavidez nearly knocked out Lemieux in the first round. Leading up to the fight, a lot of people believe that Benavidez have to play it smart early, use his jab like Gennady Golovkin did, then take out Lemieux in the later rounds. However, Benavidez had other plans. From round one, Benavidez came out establishing his jab. On the other hand, Lemieux, he came out on some Mike Tyson, trying to get Benavidez out of there. Now, what I was mainly impressed about is David Benavidez's defense. He rarely got hit during the entire fight. He was responsible defensively and a machine offensively. It was highly impressive stuff, the performance that Benavidez put on tonight. I mean, what took Gennady Golovkin 9 to 10 rounds to do against Lemieux, David Benavidez did more damage in one round. There's a saying in boxing, don't hook with the hooker. Well, Benavidez was cooking, he was hooking, throwing uppercuts, jabs, you name it, hurting Lemieux really bad in the process, where the bell ended up saving Lemieux. However, that was the beginning of the end, because when Benavidez smells blood, he goes for the kill, which that's exactly what he did tonight. So mad respect goes out to Lemieux for fighting like a warrior, willing to go out on his shield in order to win. On the other hand, congrats to Benavidez for yet another great performance. One thing you have to love, respect, and admire about Benavidez is that he's willing to fight anybody and everybody because he truly believes he's the best. However, after that performance, I don't see too many people line up to fight Benavidez. It's so crazy when you think about it. David Benavidez is undefeated. He's also the youngest 168 pounds champion of all time. Tonight, he was wearing 3 WBC straps. However, some way, somehow, Benavidez is not the champion because Mr. Canelo is keeping the belts hostage. First, Canelo turned down 2 fights with Benavidez. Then he stole David Benavidez's belt like a thief. Now that Benavidez is Canelo mandatory, all of a sudden, Canelo Alvarez turned down $55 million plus pay-per-view to fight Benavidez, his highest payday to this day. If you may wonder why, Canelo said he doesn't fight A-class Mexicans. He only fights C-class Mexican fighters such as Chavez Jr., Angulo, and fighters like that. At least, that's what Canelo is telling the public when he says, I don't fight Mexicans anymore. The reason why he don't is because of Benavidez. What you guys saw Benavidez do to Lemieux is the reason why. Keep in mind, Lemieux is pretty much the same height as Canelo. Another thing they have in common is that they only throw power shots like we saw Canelo do against Bivol, which is a recipe for disaster against Benavidez. David Benavidez jab alone will give Canelo Alvarez all the problems he can handle. Nevertheless, since Canelo is out of the picture for now, the million-dollar question, who will Benavidez fight next? I mean, you have Caleb Plant, you have David Morrell, you have Jamal Charlo, and you have Andre. And as you all heard on the post-fight interview, David Benavidez is on some gangster shit. Excuse my language. As he put all of them on notice where he said, send the contract. And after that performance, you can forget about Charlo and Caleb Plant sending the contract. You also have Andre, who recently got injured, which only leaves David Morrell as the only fighter who's willing to fight Benavidez. Where I've been saying all along that David Morrell and David Benavidez are the best 168 pounders, not Canelo Alvarez. So we shall see what Benavidez decides to do next. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of AKHi, AKHi, TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.